guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is a video I literally forgot for some reason that it existed, and I've never done one. I have done one on my channel, but it's been like over a year, maybe even 2 years. And this video like totally became a trend a year or two ago, and that was anti-haul videos. So basically we all talk about hauls, but and hauls are basically things that we buy, in case you're not aware, but if you're watching this video I'm sure that you are. But anti-hauls is basically things that you are never going to buy, and I know I should not say like never, but like you are probably not going to buy these products ever. And a year or two ago everyone was doing these. I don't remember how it originated. I remember also doing maybe one for sure, maybe even two, I don't remember, but I've not done one since a very long time. And a couple of months ago I saw Akansha Komarelli, I think that's how her surname is said. She is like a beautiful, I don't think she's a makeup artist, like a certified makeup artist, but she definitely could be one. Like you could mistake her for a makeup artist because her makeup is absolutely beautiful. But she also talks about skincare and like skincare related content, especially because she has more like acne prone skin, and she's very particular about the kind of like skincare products she buys and uses because of her skin. And I saw her doing a skincare anti-haul video, and I was like, oh my god, it's been such a long time since I've done like an anti-haul video. I totally need to do one. So I took inspiration from her. Definitely she's the one who reminded me that I have to do one because it's been a long time. And because of that I also made sure that this one is going to be specifically a skincare anti-haul video. So there are no makeup products, no like body care, perfume, just only face care and skincare. Actually I should not say face care because there is one like separate kind of skincare product, but I still think it falls into the skincare category, so please deal with that. But yeah, that's what this video is going to be about. The intro is like super duper long, so I should dive right into it. But in case you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribed, if you haven't already, if you're new to my channel, in case, because I'm doing one video every single day in the month of December. I'm doing Vlogmas, so your support would mean the absolute world to me. So yeah, in case you haven't subscribed, please make sure you go ahead and do that, and also click on the bell because that will get to know every single time I post a new video, which is going to be every single day right now. So yeah, you will get a notification every day at 5 p.m. Anyways, now let's finally dive right into it. I just want to say a couple of the products that I'm yeah, I think like 2 to 3 products I'm going to talk about are from non-cruelty free brands. They are super hyped up, at least in my eyes, and also some of them are like really raved about, which is why I would get my hands on them. If they were cruelty free, I would get them, but because they are not cruelty free, unfortunately I will not be buying them. That is my reasoning behind it. So let me cover those 2-3 products first. There are 2 products from Laneige. I think that's how you say it, I'm pretty sure. The Cream Skin Refiner, which is basically like a milky toner, or maybe you can even call it an essence. Basically, if you put one layer, it's like a toner, but if you put like multiple layers, you can kind of also use it like a moisturizer. That is what I have seen some people doing. And yeah, this product is like, because of the technology, because of like their main active ingredient that is used in it, I don't remember the exact name, but because of that, this product is super duper hyped, like, and raved about by so many people. Leah Yu, Felicia from Beauty Within. I also remember there was like one YouTuber who talks about Korean skincare a lot. I think it was Kelly Drishol, I think that's how her name is said. I just recently discovered her, and she never says her name in her video, so I don't know how her name is said. But yeah, these are all people that absolutely rave about this product, and it never really appealed to me. But then when I saw more about the ingredients, I was like, you know what, maybe. But then Laneige is not cruelty free, so yeah, would not buy from them. By the way, in case you guys are not aware, I posted a video last week, which was my first video actually of Vlogmas. So I posted it on December 1st, and I spoke about me deciding to go cruelty free when it comes to skincare and also bath and body products for now. So yeah, in case you're wondering where did this cruelty-free thing suddenly popped up from, I made the decision 2 to 3 months ago, and I finally announced it because I didn't know if I would be able to execute it or not. So I wanted to give myself a little bit of time before making it official. But yeah, now it's official. So yeah, anyways, moving on. The other product from Laneige which I would also not be buying is their Sika sleeping mask. So the water sleeping mask is one that I did buy earlier this year. I have tried it out, I have reviewed it. In case you guys want to check it out, I will leave a link in the description box. Even though I do like the product, I don't think it is necessarily life changing in any way. I also mentioned in that video like a possible dupe or like an alternative which is a lot more inexpensive, and even if you want to like definitely buy it, I would recommend to try out the smaller size first. That's what I did instead of like spending 1900 on like the bigger size. So yeah, that was that. That being said, even though the water sleeping mask I don't think is that revolutionary, I feel like the Sika sleeping mask would be great if you have sensitive skin, because Sika or Centella asiatica is great for like soothing the skin if you have inflammation, acne, redness, any of that. And even the sleeping mask, I feel like because the texture looks like the product is going to be more hydrating, more nourishing, it actually feels like a sleeping mask that is going to like be a great occlusive in the skin, and it looks really promising. But again, because the brand is not cruelty free, unfortunately I will not be buying from them. So yeah, that was one that I would otherwise have definitely bought. Moving on, next, let's talk about YBP for a second, because I feel like I spoke about them earlier and I shared how they're on my wish list. And then when I did the update, I also shared that, you know, I haven't bought it yet, but eventually at some point I might buy some YBP products. And where I stand right now, I feel like the products that they initially had, like their plant remedy, they also have an argan oil, they have skin salves. I think they now have a day version and a night version. The products look really promising, and I've seen that they work for a lot of people. But for me personally, I just feel like they don't appeal to me as much. And because they are priced at what they're priced for, I feel like I don't want to like, if I'm spending that kind of money, I need to be like that product needs to be on the top of my wish list. Then I will probably take the plunge at some point to buy it. But because that product I'm not super duper intrigued by, I feel like spending that much of money just seems to me like, why are you doing it when you can find other serums that you really like, that you are attracted to, etc. Yeah, I just, and I have this feeling in my head that those kind of products are more geared towards people with drier skin. And if you don't know, I have more oily, acne prone skin. My skin can be sometimes dry in the winters, but not really even that much. Like if I layer my regular products with like a lightweight facial oil or something, it's enough for me. I don't need super thick, super occlusive products. And the whole, again, plant extracts, botanical extracts, I like that stuff. But then there is a whole other like sustainability. Like I'm not saying YBB is not sustainable or they're unethically sourcing any of their ingredients. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that I'm just not convinced enough to drop that much money on a product. So yeah, their plant remedies, their skin salves, I just feel like I'm gonna regret it if I buy it, which is why I don't want to spend that kind of money. I feel like I have already, like, in the whole 3-4 years of being on YouTube trying out skincare, I have spent a good amount of money on products that I knew I would probably not like, but I just bought them for review purposes, and just ended up regretting it later on. So I just want to avoid doing that mistake again. That being said, another product, which is their sunscreen, I would say I'm still okay with the whole them having like a low SPF rating. I mean, I don't think SPF 25 is the worst. I would prefer like a 30 to 50, but it's not the worst. Like 25 is not the worst. That being said, I feel like the main reason is the amount of product that comes in it and the texture of the product. I, again, like I mentioned, have oily skin, so I prefer more like gel consistency sunscreens, and that one looks like a more creamy lotion. That's the first thing. The second thing is it comes only with 40 ml of product, and considering how much of sunscreen an average person uses on a day-to-day basis, I will go through that bottle in like 2 weeks, maybe three, maybe. Okay, like if I remove, like if I wipe the bottle really clean and all of that, maybe 3 weeks it might still work. But for the price of the product, how much quantity you're getting, and the texture and all that stuff, overall I'm just not convinced to buy it. So YPP, YBP, sunscreen salve, no, not happening. Okay, so I yeah. Now let's talk about okay, this one I will just very briefly talk about because I did talk about it on Instagram already on my stories when they launched, and that was the Dot and Key AHA, and I think it also has BHA. I'm not really sure, but it's their new sleeping mask which has like chemical exfoliants in it. And I already spoke about how I don't think that a sleeping mask needs to have chemical exfoliants in it, because sleeping mask is one of the last layers that you put on your skin. So if a sleeping mask has a higher concentration of AHAs and BHAs, I think it might still work just a little bit. Like there is, so if you know about this brand in the US which is called Herbivore, I think they have like a blue tansy. Is it blue tansy? It's like a blue color sleeping mask. Okay, and that one, I feel like even though it is like a mask, it's more like the ordinary peeling solution, but like a mask version of that. Okay, it's a more intense product, so I feel like you might actually see some results. But this is an AHA BHA that you're supposed to leave overnight, and it's a sleeping mask. So you will be putting so many layers on before you even reach that layer. And if it has a lower concentration, is it really going to work even? I'm not really sure. So I just prefer my toners or my serums to have chemical exfoliants in it rather than a sleeping mask. That's just my preference. And yeah, I've been a little bit more mindful about what steps I'm including in my routine and which steps have what actives. Am I even going to see the effectiveness, and is the product going to be efficient or not? So yeah, for that reason, the Dot and Key AHA, I'm not sure if it has BHA, so I'm just gonna call it the Dot and Key AHA sleeping mask, is gonna be a no-no from my side. Speaking of Dot and Key, there is one more product which I think launched before they launched this, and that was their 10%. Was it 10%? I think it was 10% niacinamide serum. Now, if you know me and if you've been watching my recent videos, you would know that niacinamide right now is like my favorite top ingredient. Okay, I want to try all the niacinamide serums out there to find out which one is the best, and I would consider buying this one if Dot and Key's serums were fragrance free. Now, I know that I love the vitamin C serum and I rave about it to like death. I love their anti-acne, the green serum. Those I have repurchased multiple times and I will continue to. But again, like I mentioned in my video in which I announced that I have decided to go cruelty free when it comes to skincare. I've also decided to not eliminate but minimize the amount of fragrance in my skincare. And if I had already tried this product and I knew it was super effective, then I might consider repurchasing it. But when it comes to niacinamide, when it comes to serums in general, there are so many brands which make great products which are effective that don't have fragrance in them. I feel like when it comes to comparison, the Dot and Key one would still rank lower than like the minimalist one or like other brands I'm gonna try out. So yeah, for that reason, I'm just like, you know what? Um, I don't want to, because I know that when it comes to ranking, it'll anyways rank lower. So I just don't see the point, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that is that. I don't really know what else to say about it. And talking about fragrance in serums, the Dermaco serums were on my list for a long time. For some reason, I didn't pull the trigger. I don't know why. I think the main reason was when it comes to Dermaco, you have to buy from their own website, and instead of like Nykaa or any other retailer or anything. And it's not like I don't buy from individual retailers, I do, but I don't know why. For some reason, I never created like a Dermaco account, like you just sign up or whatever. it's just super basic stuff. I never did that. And yeah, eventually I just kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And then when I decided to go fragrance free, I did check out Dermaco's ingredients when it comes to all their products, and every product has perfume listed in the ingredient list. So it's not like there is some products which don't have fragrance and then others do. All the products have fragrance. So I'm like, I really want to test out these actives, but yeah, I mean, again, I feel like even if I do end up trying it, it's going to rank lower any which ways. So why should I waste the money? Does that make sense? I hope it does. Yeah, that is that. That is that. Yeah, okay, I think now we're just left with three products. We have three products left, and yeah, this video is already 15 minutes long. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to try to go through this as quick as possible. Talking about cruelty free, I feel like I should have mentioned this when I was mentioning the Laneige ones. I don't know why I forgot, but Kiehl's has this vitamin C serum which is called their, I think, line reducing concentrate. Again, by the way, I'm pretty sure you already know, but like I'm going to leave pictures for every single product on the screen, so I will leave a picture for this one as well. But Kiehl's has this like vitamin C serum which is 12.5% vitamin C serum, vitamin C like in it. There are, I don't think that this product is as raved about on YouTube, but on Instagram there are a lot of Instagram like skincare influencers who absolutely freakingly like swear by it, adore it, and love it. And personally, I would want to get it too. I think I resisted for the longest time because it's Kiehl's, it's not inexpensive. So I was like, let me wait, let me save up a little, and then I'll buy. And then I made the decision to go cruelty free. So that is that. Again, when it comes to vitamin C serums, I do have affordable options. Like I mentioned, the Dot & Key one is a holy grail. It is a favorite, but I'm trying to look for like a fragrance-free vitamin C serum alternative, and I feel like nothing comes close to like the beaming glow that the Dot & Key one gives you. So yeah, actively trying to look for a dupe, actively looking to find something that is cruelty free and fragrance free. So yeah, the search is on. Let's see. Moving on, yeah, next. Again, another sunscreen which I just I just don't like the claims and the I don't know, basically the Juicy Chemistry sunscreen. Again, I briefly mentioned this on Instagram that I will absolutely not be buying this product. There are a lot of things that annoys me with this product, a lot of things. It says that it's a waterless formulation, so you don't need to use as much. I am just like, why? I mean, you get just 25 grams, which is gonna barely last like 10 days. I feel like if you use how much product you regularly use, it's gonna last you like just 10 days. And this product is priced between 500 and 1000. I want to say it's around 700, but I don't exactly remember. And yeah, I would just not go for the, oh, a tiny little amount goes a long way. No, when it comes to sunscreen, I don't want to take any kind of risk. That's my first issue with it. The second issue is they don't have an SPF rating. With the whole Purito controversy, I think we need to be really critical of what sunscreens we're using. And if a brand, like, you can ask any dermatologist this, like any dermatologist or esthetician will tell you this, that if a brand is claiming that their product doesn't need an SPF rating, I mean, would you like, would you even want to use that? Would you want to trust it when a company that has like the highest amount of protection possible in SPF 50 has come into a controversy like this? I mean, I wouldn't trust anyone, honestly. Anyone. So yeah, Juicy Chemistry sunscreen, big no. Just no. Just no. I have massive trust issues when it comes to sunscreen. So no, not happening. And the last product, which is probably the newest launch, and that is the Want hand cream. I think it's called their ceramide hand cream or something like that. Now, I'm not a big hand cream person, so let me just say that this launch didn't even like appeal to me that much. When they were first teasing it, I was expecting it to be something like the Glossier Bomb.com, but when they said that it's a hand cream, I'm like, oh, not interested because I'm just not a hand cream person. That being said, I think the main reason, like even if I was into hand cream, the whole ceramides, and like I understand that if you have like really dry skin, eczema prone skin or something like that, you will absolutely freakingly love this product. So I just think this product is not geared to someone like me who doesn't give a shit about hand cream. And I know I might probably be like a minority, but yeah, I mean, I just don't like the experience of hand creams in general because I use my hands for like most things. I use my hands to eat. Like I'm a South Indian, so like rice and everything I eat with my hands. And even if I'm like writing or if I'm doing something or if I'm typing, even if I'm on my phone, and if my hands are sticky because of hand cream, I hate it. I absolutely freakingly hate it. The only time I will use a hand cream or like body lotion on my hands, like my palms and stuff, is during the winters because my hands start peeling. This year, actually, they haven't started peeling yet. My hands are like the way they are throughout the year. So yeah, I mean, I should just count my blessings right now. But yeah, this was just a launch that I was kind of, I don't want to say disappointed, but I was kind of disappointed because I was expecting it to be a lip balm, something like the glossierbomb.com, and not a hand cream. So that is part of it as well. But yeah, this video is like 20 fun minutes long. I don't even know who's still watching. If you are, I want you to leave this emoji right here in the comment section. I know I don't regularly do that, but sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, my videos are so long. Do people even watch the whole thing? So yeah, I would definitely want to know who watches like the whole video. Like, do you have 21 minutes in your life to waste? I mean, if you do and you're watching the whole thing, I am so happy to have you in my life. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that, I don't know, you guys found this video informative in some sort of way. And yeah, I just really hope you enjoyed, even if it was not super informative. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm not gonna make the video any further longer and end it right here. But yeah, that's it. Those were all the products. Let me know if you want me to do like a part, I don't know, 2 or 3, every maybe like 2 months, 3 months, I don't know. Let me know if you want to continue to, like if you want to if you want me to make this a series and keep doing like updated versions every few months. Also leave that in the comment section down below. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.